I passed my Dutch Inburgering examen B1 in 3 months. How did I do that? What resources did I use? And all the tips I'm gonna share with you today. A little bit context and the timeline about my Dutch learning journey. My name is Lily. I came to the Netherlands 3.5 years ago. At the time when I moved here, I didn't know a word. I didn't know the language and I didn't know how it works, basically. I took a beginner course organized by a student association in the university I studied in, and it was like 10 classes for beginners, and then they will taught you from 0 to A1. So during that classes, I got to know some words. I got to know how the language sounds and how this language works. And after the class, I still couldn't conduct a proper Dutch conversation in my daily life, to be honest. I knew some vocabularies, I can recognize them on the street, but I couldn't conduct a proper conversation with a stranger or to get my coffee ordered. After the classes, I was very lucky to meet my language exchange buddy. I met this guy friend who is Dutch, but who speaks already quite proper Mandarin, and he is very into learning Mandarin, which is my mother tongue. And I also happen to be very committed to learn Dutch. So we conducted this language exchange sessions every week, and that really helped me improve my Dutch level significantly. I'm gonna dive into how we did that, how you should do your language exchange to make the most out of it later in this video. We conducted the Dutch and Mandarin language exchange for about 3 years. Last year, December, I decided to sign up for the Dutch Inburgering exams in February, which means I only had 3 months to prepare and study for it. I know I have been learning Dutch, but having the exams is totally different. I started to look up online what are the resources out there, and if I have to pay for certain materials or resources that will help me to pass the exams in one go. That was my goal. I really wanted to just pass them in one go in February to get everything done. And guess what? I passed all my Dutch exams in February. I would say this 3 months of systematically studying, learning Dutch for the exams literally took my Dutch level to a next level. Now I can confidently say that I speak Dutch, and I can overhear what my colleagues are chit-chatting about in an office when they talk in Dutch, and I can just join them without them switching to English. That feels very good. You get me, all the expats working in the Netherlands. I'm gonna share with you all the tips, materials, and resources that I used in these 3 months for you to also pass your Dutch Inburgering exams. The first learning material I already mentioned was my Dutch language exchange sessions. I know it's not very easy to find a language exchange buddy that you vibe with, and then you constantly do these sessions no matter what's going on with your lives. It is very difficult to be consistent. I am very lucky that it works out for us. I would say I met a very nice buddy, and we are both on the same page. We are both very committed in learning the languages, and we have done this since 3 years ago until now. We are still doing it. And how it works, basically we arrange an online meeting after work or after uni. We would meet online for 1 hour, 30 minutes for Dutch and 30 minutes for Mandarin. It can also be the other way around. In that 30 minutes Dutch session, we can only speak in Dutch. And I will be the one who is responsible for deciding what we are gonna talk about. It can be a news article I found online, or it can be a YouTube video I wanna watch with him, or it can be just chit-chatting about life. Just chat with him. And the 30 minutes is just fine for us to chat. And this language exchange sessions really push me to think in Dutch and to express in Dutch, because there is no other way I can express in that session, and it helps with speaking for sure, but also listening. And now I can proudly say that I have a proper accents that some of my Dutch friends also recognize that, oh, you speak very good Dutch. And I would say credits to my Dutch language exchange buddy, because I learned all the slangs or all the expressions from him, who is 100% Dutch. Second resource is also free that I'm gonna share is YouTube and podcast. So on YouTube, you can actually find a lot of funny videos and helpful videos that helps you to learn Dutch. I am a big fan of Dutch Today, which is a super funny Dutch guy who makes funny videos, but he's also a Dutch teacher, so he has videos about him cooking, traveling, or something very random, like he plays video game where I was explaining everything in Dutch. And I really enjoy watching his video because they are very funny and he has good humor, and I also learned Dutch. Besides those funny videos, he is also a Dutch teacher, so he made videos also about the Inburgering exams specifically. So you can see some video that he will walk you through the exams real time, and he shows you how you should answer those questions. So those kind of videos were very helpful for me in the past 3 months to really focus on answering the questions right and getting the points from the exams. Another funny Dutch YouTube channel is the Street Lab. This one, I don't get tired watching their videos. I found out that they're actually quite old. Those videos are from maybe 10 years ago, but they did such a good job. You have to watch. They are very funny. And the last thing, if you want something more serious or you want to learn a bit more about economic or news, I also recommend to follow Nos on the Instagram, or you can listen to their podcast Nos met je oog op morgen. I listen to them when I commute to work, and they make very good content on news. Okay, and when it really comes to the time that you really have to study for the exam, like a month before your Inburgering exam, there are things you must do. So for me, how I prepared for the exam specifically, besides all the other things I mentioned before, I did 3 things. So first of all, I subscribed to this paid online platform called Inburgering Online. In this Inburgering Online, you got videos from a teacher who explained things like you do at online courses, but it is not real time, so you can watch it whenever, wherever you want. And after the video, you also get exercises or vocabularies that's linked to the video that you watch. I subscribe to this and practice all the questions before the exam. This is a very helpful platform, and I think this is the only thing you have to pay for all the materials that I mentioned today. Besides the inburgeringonline.nl, there's also free resource where you can practice the exams. So first is Voorbeeldexamen on the Dual website. On the Dual website, you can actually find the exams that happened in the past from 3 years ago. So you could find like 2022, 2023, and 2024 exams for all the 4 subjects. And I highly recommend you to do mock exams on that platform, because it gives you a sense of how the exams will be, and it also gives you the very important thing about the time. The system will give you a time, and you have to finish the exams in a certain amount of time. So this mock exam will help you to have a sense of how you should pace yourself when you do the exams. Remember to do it within a given time frame, and also to record how many points you get from the mock exams. It is a very important benchmark or very important information to let you know if you're ready or if you are prepared for the exam. Okay, this is all the tips, materials, recommendations I have for you to do your inburgering examen. I hope you find this video helpful, and if you are interested to know more about how I prepare my Dutch culture exam or any other topics you are interested in, please let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. Doei!